You have to push that button 2 or 3 times before it works.
That's the way computers are.
Yeah, you have to push it 2 or 3 times. Maybe I need to hit it with a hammer.
Well,
I've
seen that happen.
That would be radical, wouldn't
Believe it or not.
I've seen people rip them off their desk and throw them. Keith Durham's in the house. It's time for the Friends and Neighbors Hour. And my friend and neighbor today is Keith Durham, and has been for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you, buddy?
How long have we been together on this show?
Oh,
I mean, I've known you probably most of my life.
Yeah, I don't know how long we've done this.
It's been years, though, hasn't it?
Did you give that to me?
Yeah, I gave that to you for tomorrow.
For tomorrow.
You wasn't listening to me.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, that's in case I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
I wasn't. Hopefully all the buttons are working. So we'll see.
Good deal. In case somebody wants to call in and ask a question, I'm hooking my laptop up to the internet so that I can do some quick searching and see.
Yes. Listen, we don't need the computer's help. We know all the answers.
Well, yeah, you're right.
766-9393 if you want to throw us a curveball.
Yeah, I like to check on things every once in a while.
Yeah.
Because, I've been known to be wrong every once in a while.
Well, yeah.
Well, most of the
me
time.
too.
According to my wife.
Yes.
Yes, I'm wrong all the time. Which I probably am. So.
I don't even need to make a lot of comment there.
Okay.
I just don't.
I'm not afraid.
You ever heard of pig and a python?
I have not.
I heard that this morning.
What does that mean?
I'm going to look up the meaning, but I mean, a python snake can eat a pig.
Oh, a little pig, yeah.
Well, maybe some of those big pythons may even be a big pig, but anyway.
Yeah.
But pig and a python, I'm going to have to look at what's the context of using that, but because it's fun to say.
Yeah. You reckon that's you find a python that's ate a pig and you roast it over a fire?
I guess
and
we
both the snake and the pig?
found it's been a couple of years ago or more now, but Brad, my son-in-law, had some rabbits. He had what he called a rabbitat in the backyard back there.
Yeah.
With a lot of rabbits, and there was he called and said, "I've got a snake in the rabbits," and so we got the snake, but it had eaten a rabbit.
Yeah.
So there was a big lump in the snake.
Too late for that one.
Too late for the rabbit, but anyway, we got rid of him.
Well, I'm glad you did, because those rabbits, they have a hard time surviving.
They do.
I had 2 baby rabbits in my backyard here recently.
There's a lot of rabbits.
Yeah. So we were tickled.
Well, maybe we'll get some clarification on the pig and the python.
Okay.
Hey, good morning. You're on with us. I can. Okay. Okay, very good. Now I think I get it.
Yeah.
I think I get it.
Yeah.
So it was a population bubble, big.
Yeah. So she brought that up, but I was at a lecture in Atlanta earlier this year. It was in the spring.
Yeah.
And there was this economist up there giving this lecture about the national debt and how we need to get control of the national debt. And his company had predicted a severe recession for the United States by the year 2030. And so someone in the audience said, since Donald Trump has been elected, are you still on track with that? Are your thought patterns the same on that prediction? And he said, yes, even more so. So basically what he said is that their prediction was based on the United States spending so much money in a year's time. I want to say that number, or deficit spending in a year's time of $800 billion, something like that.
Okay.
And so his thing was, that's what our projection was based on. And I think that number was about 800 billion. And he said, right now we're spending 800 billion, or we're deficit spending 800 billion every 40 days. So that even accelerates their prediction. And so he was talking about how important it was to, at whatever means, to stop the deficit spending. But on top of that, he said, what you got to also understand is that the baby boomers are our largest contributor to society. They are our largest tax-paying base.
Yeah.
And guess what? Now the baby boomers are retiring. They're moving out of a tax-paying base, and they're going to be the largest consumers of the tax base.
Yeah.
And so now you've got this huge deficit that's growing, or deficit spending that's growing every year. And now you've got the baby boomers that are going to be a burden to the tax base rather than an asset to the tax base. Does that make sense?
It does, but I'm still spending over 800 billion every 40 days.
Yeah, and it's a lot of money.
Well, it's more than a lot of money. It's ungodly is what it is.
It's unbelievable.
And hard to believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how you can spend that much money.
I've got notes on that. I'm gonna go back and see if I can find my notes. The number might not be 800 billion, but I think it's very close.
And see, I think I spent a lot at the store last night.
Well, if you bought meat, if you bought any meat, you probably did spend 800 billion.
But I mean, goodness gracious.
You know, it's I guess times change, but you know, to have $1 million anymore is passe, I guess. You know, it's just one of those things.
Well,
I don't have that. I wish I did, but you know, there's more millionaires than there ever has been.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, let's build our economy around that. You know, people that have money to spend, and that leaves me in a pickle.
It leaves me in a pickle. Well, here, you've painted a pretty destitute picture.
I didn't paint that picture. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Well, yeah.
So I'm going to see if I can find those notes, because I took some notes on that, and I take a lot of notes and I keep them on my phone. And so here comes who's that?
Look out!
Oh, it's Kevin! Oh my goodness!
Hump day!
You have broke my glasses.
Hey, go back to your closet.
I'm going.
Now I need a relax.
I'm not sure what that was about, but anyway.
So I'm going to try to find those notes. I'm seeing every single note I've taken except that one, and I know I have it because. But anyway, it's something that we really need to, take notice of. We need to elect leaders that will have a balanced budget. You know, my wife and I balance our budget at our house. The city of Lawrenceburg balances its budget. The Lawrence County balances its budget. The state of Tennessee balances its budget. But yet the federal government, who we elect as what we think to be the most smartest people to govern us, and they make the dumbest decisions.
Yeah.
And they just keep pushing this debt out and out and out, even to where in our foreseeable generations, it's not payable. So do you just forget about it at that point, or what?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. It's beyond my pay grade.
So, in good news, our church got a new piano yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to make a special trip to church. Maybe nobody will be there, and I'll tickle the keys.
You should. Can you play?
I cannot play. No. I know where to find middle C, though. And
You can play at least a tune.
I can't. Maybe one day if I get to heaven, the Lord will say, Keith, I want you to play the piano, and I'll be able to play.
Well, speaking of that, did you see where Donald Trump said he was working really hard to get to heaven?
I did, and I disagree with his means.
Yeah, he's got the wrong means going. But
That's exactly right.
But at least it's in his thought.
It is in his thought.
Yeah, at least it's in his thought.
He's trying to get to heaven by saving other people, and that ain't the way the Scripture says you get to heaven.
No.
But I caught that yesterday, and I thought, I like Donald Trump. I think it took somebody with his candor, somebody with his tenacity, to turn things around, if you know what I mean.
Well, he's definitely changed a lot of things.
Yeah. Do I think he's does it in the right way? Not by a long shot.
Yeah.
I think, just my opinion, I think that Donald Trump could be a little bit more humble.
Well, he's not going to be.
George Washington, our greatest president, still, was probably our most humble president, and I think it was his one characteristic that catapulted him to that position, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So he was a very humble person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but he was very tough, though.
He was that. Yeah. And wise.
Yeah. Why can I not find these notes? I've opened up a Pandora's box and I can't find these notes.
What are you looking for notes on?
You already forgot what we're looking
Yeah,
for.
I forgot what you're looking for.
I'm looking for the notes on those numbers for the economist that I went to see.
Oh, well, those are depressing. I don't even want to talk about that.
But it's just the truth, though.
That's
I want to
depressing.
make sure I'm giving you right numbers, and I may have deleted
I think you
those.
just made them up.
No, I did not.
You just made up 800 billion.
Now I did I did preface that with, I believe the number was 800 million.
Yeah, well,
Or 800 billion, not million.
$800 billion. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, we got talking last week about things going on in the city. We had a few phone calls, and the biggest thing in Lawrenceburg right now is the opening of Seven Brew. Did you see the crowds up there?
I have laughed about that, and somebody said that they were giving away coffee. They were doing free.
Yeah, but even after they opened up and they were selling coffee, they were back halfway through the parking lot, the
Yeah.
shopping center parking lot. I'm like, my goodness, that's unbelievable. And of course, my daughter was one of those folks, and so she went at 9 o'clock at night and was able to, or close to 9 o'clock at night.
How long do you have to wait in line?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't go.
I got tickled. I thought, man, if we in Lawrenceburg never had a cup of coffee before, I mean, they were packing the whole shopping center parking lot.
Yeah, and for a $6 to $9 coffee or $10 coffee.
Is it that much?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really?
I asked my daughter. I said, "What'd you pay for this?" And I think she told me $9.
For coffee?
Yeah.
What kind of coffee?
I don't know. It had caramel in it, and I mean it was sweet.
So it was like a souped up coffee.
Yeah, it had ice. I mean, she likes cold coffee, and it had like caramel and sweetener and all this kind of stuff. And
So it's a drink.
yeah, so we went to Starbucks one time, and because that's where Gina wanted to get a cup of coffee, and went to Starbucks, and she's yelling something from the back seat, and I didn't even understand it. It's like a foreign language. You know, she's like this, and this, and I said, I have no clue what you just said. And the guy on the microphone says, I heard her. I got it. I said, oh, well, good, thanks. Because there's no way I could repeat it. So,
I got it.
but you know what? I know it's not the Quick Mart hour, but I just like plain old Quick Mart house.
Well, yeah, why not? And yeah,
Pour me a cup of coffee.
I'm a drink from Quick Mart dude, and I'm a McDonald's coffee dude.
Yeah, McDonald's, hot coffee there. You
Yeah.
gotta watch out.
So anyway,
you
and
can't
it's
sue them anymore.
that's right. That's right. Well, I was going to ask you about something that it left me.
Uh-oh, don't let it leave.
Oh well, it happens.
You're at that age. We'll let it happen twice today. So there's one.
Only twice.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna quit looking.
You might as well give that up. I don't think you're going to find it.
Have you got a lottery ticket for tonight?
No. Should I get a lottery ticket for tonight?
I don't know. I don't have one, but it's up to 600 and almost 650 million, maybe.
Yeah. What would you do with 650 million?
Nothing. You know, I mean, what can you do?
I mean, well, yeah, you would do things.
I'd probably give it all away. To be honest with you.
Well,
I
you
mean, why
could
would
give
need that much
you could give a lot of it away, but you
Yeah.
have to admit that it would change you.
You know, I have this conversation every once in a while. You know, I don't want to be in a situation where my kids don't work. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think we live in a society where
I agree with
we
that.
have generational money, and if you provided for that, that's awesome. But you know, I grew up in a household we worked, and I want my kids to work.
Oh, I agree with that, 100%. I do. I absolutely agree with that. But you can't. But I just get tickled at people say, if I won the lottery, it wouldn't change a thing for me. Yes,
Yeah.
it would. It absolutely would.
I mean, we have this conversation all the time with guys at work. Would you come into work? And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but it'd be a totally different story. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You know, I enjoy what I do enough that I don't know that I would quit doing it. I guess I could.
Yeah.
But
What would you do?
But
You'd be a slug.
yeah.
You'd be a rich slug.
One of the things, I found this morning, I shared some of these this morning, and that reminds me, what did I do with it?
You can't find it.
No, that's not what I meant to do. Here it is. Yeah. Top 50 idioms that start with L. Okay, things like leaps and bounds or left me in alerts. But one of them was let the grass grow under your feet.
So I thought it was
Actually,
don't let the
yeah,
grass grow.
but letting the grass grow under your feet is a negative thing for not working.
It is. Is that in the Bible? It's not.
No, it's not. It's not. Well,
But it is that if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat.
the concept is
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
scripture. It is, no doubt, no doubt. But anyway, I was looking through a bunch of those. I like the left-handed compliment.
What does that mean?
Well, I usually say backhanded compliment.
Oh, it's sort of like a derogatory
Yeah.
compliment.
Yeah, it's a backhanded compliment.
I'm getting close to the notes to that. I'm at this.
You're just totally lost. You're totally lost.
Well, I'm hung up on finding those things. I'm at the same conference now. I mean, in my notes, I'm at the same conference, but the wrong notepad.
Did you go? Listen, you didn't, but I asked you. Did you go to the Republican thing last night?
I did not go.
Because was that here?
It was here. I don't know where.
So
it was.
Marsha Blackman was here.
Yeah, and John Rose was here.
John Rose.
And Scott Desjardins was here.
Was Scott here too?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know any of those people personally. Although I have met personally. What's her name?
Marsha.
I have met her.
Marsha.
I have met. She was at the Square 40 way back when she first campaigned.
Yeah.
And I liked her then.
Yeah.
But I think
Can I
she's.
give you my own opinion?
I think she's different now than she was.
I would 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I would 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that she has now become a career politician, in my opinion, and my opinions are based on my personal face-to-face with her, okay?
Okay.
So I have the opportunity to go to Washington a couple times a year to,
Yeah.
I guess for lack of better words, lobby for things in the convenience store industry. And
Okay.
it's not just me, but you just ask any group of people, has Marsha ever scheduled an appointment with you and sat down and actually talked to you? I'm going to say that more than 90% of those things are no. She hasn't. She always does things in passing, like waves at the room, or I've got to go vote, or I've got to go. So the last time that we were there, well, the time before I was there, we were going up there and we were advocating for the Credit Card Competition Act.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was on the Great Big Beautiful Bill, or on the Big Beautiful Bill.
Okay.
It got moved to the Genius Bill.
Okay.
Which is okay, as long as it's on a bill somewhere, and,
All right.
and we can advocate for it, that's fine. So basically, you know where your representatives stand on things by the way you're treated when you go to their office. And so here we have a whole delegation from Tennessee. We're all Tennesseans. We're all voting Tennesseans. We represent the convenience store industry, which there's thousands in the state of Tennessee,
Right.
with thousands of employees. And we have what we consider one of the greatest arguments to come before Congress, and that is society is moving to a cashless society, whether you or I like that or not.
Yeah.
And people are using their credit and debit cards more and more. Well, the big credit card companies are charging swipe fees.
Yep.
And it's unbeknownst to the public most of the time because the retailer absorbs those fees. And to put it in perspective, it is the second largest expense for our company next to payroll. All right, so, and to put it into a different perspective, and you know, we get to talk about our own situations when we go to the senator's office
Sure.
and to the representative's office. And to put that into perspective, to look at it from a different direction, we have 39 locations, and all 39 of our locations have a gas, water, sewer, and electric bill, and we all know how much commercial gas, water, sewer, and
Yeah.
electric cost. You can take all 39 of our stores for all 12 months, and our credit card swipe fee is 2.5 times larger than that number.
That's crazy.
It is absolutely crazy. It's gotten to the point where a lot of locations where, and yeah, I'm sure you've been to some yourself, they add that, if you're going to pay with a credit card, they will add a fee to your bill. They
Yeah.
have a cash price and a credit price. That's becoming almost the standard. We have not done it at our locations where we're still absorbing that fee. But what we want Congress to do, we don't feel like regulation is the answer. And I don't mean to get off on this, but this is something I'm very passionate about.
Okay. Well, it's interesting to
Yeah.
think about
So
because it affects everybody.
It does affect everybody that uses a credit card, and it affects every single business that uses a credit card. So we're not just up there on behalf of the convenience store business. We're actually advocating for every single business in the state of Tennessee, or actually across America, that accepts credit cards. That's every florist, every restaurant, every mom and pop shop that accepts credit cards. Ask them, do they feel this fee, because they do feel that fee.
Well, I'm going to ask a question here.
Okay.
Why would the Chamber of Commerce, as a big body, not get behind something like this?
So there's a lot of things, there are a lot of folks behind it, but the problem is the bankers are against it, and they have a way bigger lobby in Washington, D.C. than the convenience store industry does.
Uh-huh.
So if that
So
makes,
it's those dadgum bankers.
so yeah, and I'm going to tell you, we were in Scott Desjardins' office, and Scott says, very first words out of his mouth, he says, the bankers were here last week. So they beat us there the week before. So are we going to? Our question is, what do we need to get here the week before they get here? But anyway, and we don't.
Well, let me throw a wrench in this fan.
Okay.
By population, there are a whole lot more retailers than there are bankers.
You're exactly right. Yeah, you're exactly right. And the bankers depend on the retailers.
They do.
All right. So it's a catch-22. So anyway, I forgot where it was in the conversation. Okay, my conversation was, where your representative or your senator stands on this based on the treatment that you get from their office. So in December, past December, I went to Washington, D.C. to advocate for that, because we thought the big, beautiful bill would come up quicker than what it did.
Yeah.
But it didn't. But we were advocating for that. And Marsha Blackburn's chief of staff took us to the hallway. All right. And so, for whatever reason, they said, Keith, you could just speak first. And I said, okay, I'm fine with that. So it hit me the wrong way. I've never been to a senator's office with a delegation of people from Tennessee and they put you in a hallway. If you're going to maybe a different representative, like from another state, and they know that you're a Tennessee delegation, they may speak to you in the hallway or in the cafeteria or something like that.
Right.
But when you go to your own senator's office and they take you out in the hallway, you know exactly where you stand. And so it's one of those rare moments. So, and Tori, if you're listening, I apologize. Hindsight's 2020. So Tori took us out in the hall, and I said, Tori, I want to start off the conversation like this. I don't appreciate standing in this hallway. I know where the senator stands on this particular piece of the act by where we're standing. And I want you to convey a message to the senator for me, and that is every single retailer in the state of Tennessee is disappointed where she stands on this.
Yeah.
And and so the second guy was like, no, what I say,
Yeah.
So I was not happy with that. And so here's what happens when you go to Marsha Blackburn. Typically, we'll go to the senator's office on Tuesdays because they have what's called a Tennessee Tuesday.
Yeah.
And if you're in Washington, D.C., here's what's cool about the whole place. If you're in Washington, D.C., the Senate is on the north side of the Capitol, and the House of Representatives or the representatives' offices are on the south side of the Capitol. And so as long as you empty out your pockets, you can go see your senator and you can go see your representatives. You can just go walk through the metal detector and walk to their door and say, hey, I'm Keith, I'm from Tennessee. And guess what? They got pretty cool stuff. They used to have candy or goo-goos or whatever's made in Tennessee.
Yeah.
But if you're ever in Washington, D.C. and it's a Tuesday, you can go to what's called Tennessee Tuesdays. And it used to be in the Hart Senate building on the top floor, but Marsha has moved it to her office now. So you go to Marsha's office, and they have breakfast for Tennesseans. And it's a pretty cool deal to do. And if you want free breakfast in Washington, you're from Tennessee, go to your senator's office. And use your senator's office. My advice is, if you're going to visit Washington, D.C., which I highly recommend, it's a great place to visit. And it's a lot of history, and it's almost undescribable to see the architecture. If you go there, ask your senator for a tour of the Capitol. And what they will do is that you'll go to their office, and somebody from their office, and this is what they do day in and day out, they'll walk with you and they'll give you a private tour of the Capitol.
That's cool.
And you can do that. And you can't just walk up that day, but call a couple weeks in advance, and you can have a tour.
Make it happen.
Yeah, you make it happen.
Huh.
But I think it's, we haven't gotten to the point where they're off limits. You can walk into any of the buildings for the House of Representatives, the Cannon Building or anything like that, and as long as you go through the metal detector, you can go see.
Well, I'd like to hear from anybody that might have been at the meeting last night where she was speaking.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Rose was speaking there, and Scott
Yeah.
Desjardins, I guess they all spoke.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to tell us how that meeting went, 766-9393, we'd like to hear from you.
And if Marcia sounded like an automaton, but while we're waiting on somebody to call, but if you go to Marcia's office, so they didn't let me go. All right, in May they said, Keith, you're not going to Marcia's office. You're going to go down to the representative side. So
Oh my gosh!
I showed out in the Senate side, which I'm okay with that. So when they got back, they got it scheduled. A sit-down meeting with Marcia Blackburn. Finally got it scheduled. They're going to be in her office in a sit-down meeting.
Okay.
Everybody gets there, and she comes to the door and she says, "Hi, folks. I got to get on the floor and vote." And so she just leaves, just basically waves at the door, and she does it all the time. She spends more time prepping for Fox News than she does her own constituents, and that irks me. So anyway, I was on the House of Representatives side, and we're going to walk over to the Capitol to get lunch. And there's a tunnel that you can go through between those places. Once you get scanned in, you don't have to do it again. So you can go to the Capitol for lunch, and in the tunnel, here comes John Rose. John Rose stops our party and says, "Where are you guys headed?" We said, "Well, we're headed to lunch." He said, "What do you got planned for after lunch?" So, "Well, we got a meeting with whoever, and then that's it for us." And he said, "Well, drop by my office when you get finished." And we did, and he sat down with us. He sat down with the whole group and just talked. And he didn't just talk, he took notes, and he's the type of guy that he knows your name the next time you come in. He remembers your name. He doesn't have to be told, and it's...
I wish I had more of that.
He's one of those type of guys. And so, anyway, got back to the hotel that night, and the delegation were all together at that time. The delegation goes, "How would you handle that?" And I said, when Marcia Blackburn said, "I got to go vote," I would have, out loud, I would have said, "We vote too." And that's the only words that would have came out of my mouth.
And that would have been a good one.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
It got me riled up, and I ain't even had a cup of coffee
That's
today.
disappointing.
It is disappointing.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Here's somebody who's going to be against me.
Well, no,
Maybe
I think it's one of our regulars. Good morning. How are you? All right, thank you.
Yeah. So to answer her question on that, it wouldn't have anything to do with the redistricting because that's up to the states as far as now even federal redistricting for Senate seats can't cross state lines.
They can't cross state lines.
That's correct.
No.
So, but she brings up a good point there, because you get these large congregations of people, they start to think alike,
Yeah.
If you look at the metropolitan Davidson County area, they're basically they vote Democrat.
Well,
Murray County votes Democrat, and
Davidson County is yeah.
And so, but, you know, it's because of the influx of people that's coming in. You know, the native folks are, and here's another thing. Marsha Blackburn's from Mississippi. She's not even from Tennessee.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did not know.
Mark Green's not from Tennessee.
I didn't.
You know, he's not a representative anymore, but
Yeah,
Mark's not from Tennessee.
I wonder why he left.
I want to say it was personal.
Personal
you
stuff.
know.
Yeah. Interesting.
But I liked him. I liked him too. I don't like the fact that he cheated on his wife.
Yeah.
And that's.
I thought he was going to make a pretty big impact from when he first started, and then whatever happened, and he dwindled.
Well,
out.
you know, he was on Trump's short list for DOD his
Yeah.
first term,
Yeah.
and something weird took place.
Yeah.
There was something in his past. So
Yeah, evidently.
yeah,
Evidently. Huh. Interesting stuff. Everybody's got a past,
they do.
good or bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's got a past, good or bad. And sometimes you overcome the bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and we're all for that if you can.
Oh me, so
Anyway.
I got to catch my breath.
You really got riled up. I pulled your string pretty good.
Yeah, so I didn't go last night because I don't know.
It wasn't even on my radar. I wasn't even thinking about it at all as far as going. But so I didn't even know it happened.
Yeah, it did.
It did. All right. Well, interesting stuff. It's 8:37. It is.
Wow.
Can you believe that? Yeah. We're doing the Friends and Neighbors Hour. Keith Durham is my guest. As we've kind of decided to meet on Wednesdays and opened up the floor for whatever, which is okay.
So one of those notes I took. So I told you in my notes I'm at the right. I'm at the right venue. I'm at the wrong seminar. But I wrote something down here that I thought was very profound.
Yeah.
It says everybody on your team has a more confident version of themselves. So if you want to be a good leader, you've got to enable your team to be that more confident person that they have inside of them. I thought, wow, that is a great point because it's hard to lead folks that are underachievers or folks that are not working to their greatest potential. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so there was a lot of good things came out of that.
That's good.
But I still can't find those numbers, and it irks me.
That's okay.
That makes me almost about as mad as Marsha Blackburn. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, she has struck a nerve with you.
She has.
Yeah.
Jeff, you ought to ride with me today. I need some help.
What are we gonna do?
So I've got to go to Florence.
Okay.
So they got the steel up on the building that we're building.
Okay.
And they did that pretty quick. In 2 days' time, they got.
Okay.
I'm gonna say they got 90% of the steel up, and it looks pretty good. But I got a couple other stores. I got projects going on. I got to go to a store in Muscle Shoals and make some measurements and get some specifications for dumpster enclosures. And then I got to go to 42, and I got a project going on there. I just got things going on everywhere.
How soon you leaving?
I don't know. I'm flexible.
I could do it later.
Later in the day.
Later in the day. I can't go early.
I got to be back by 2 o'clock, so it's
Yeah.
going to be a whirlwind trip for me.
Oh well, shoot a monkey.
So tomorrow is going to be iffy for me for the Quick Mart hour because of a meeting I have scheduled with the cabinet maker over in Waynesboro.
Okay.
And so we may go to 2 stores, but I've got to be back for a funeral that I'm speaking at 2 o'clock for my cousin Jerry. She passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I'll be speaking, myself and David Morgan are speaking at her funeral at 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay.
And so I got to be back for that. And I've got to be back for visitation tonight. That's why I got to get my stuff done early.
Well, you're a busy guy.
And I like to stay busy, you know. I like to stay busy.
Just found a little saying here.
Okay.
You'll never feel ready because ready isn't a feeling, it's a decision.
I thought it was like a goal.
You'll never feel ready because ready isn't a feeling, it's a decision.
I like that.
Huh, I'm going to think about that for a bit. Probably right.
It's a little too deep for
Yeah,
me.
deep stuff. Let's see.
Well, I think I have disoriented people today. Or maybe we got a lot of Marsha Blackburn fans out there that don't want to talk to him.
Well,
And I'm okay with that. I'm just going by my own experience on that.
she obviously has folks that do like her. She's been elected several times to different offices.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
I'm looking for something. Let's see.
What are you looking for?
I don't know.
Do you want me to sing a song while you're looking?
You have touched the car business.
Yes, I have.
You've touched the car business.
Yeah.
Cars these days have too many gadgets.
I would agree, and I found it.
You found it?
Yeah, I found the numbers.
We'll come back to
No, I agree. I agree with you. And let me, can I butt in here?
Yeah.
Or have you got a point?
Go right in.
So, I would guess that most people are like me, that you don't use most of the stuff that your car can do.
Oh yeah.
I've got the most
I would-
stripped down truck, and I don't use everything that truck can do.
Yeah.
And I roll down the windows during the days that it's hot. I've been riding with my windows rolled down.
Well, I do sometimes.
Yeah.
Now yesterday I didn't. Gosh, it was warm yesterday.
Yeah. So and when I'm in Florence, I could be out in the hot at those building sites.
Yeah.
And so I don't ride around the air conditioner, because if you ride around the air conditioner, you step out of your truck, it's hot.
Yeah, it does make a difference in how you feel.
Yeah, and if you ride with your window down, you stay cool, but when you step out, it's like you can't tell the difference. And so it's
So you're fooling your mind and body.
yourself. I learned that from my Aunt Janet.
You're fooling your mind and body.
My mom had a kidney transplant, not transplant, she had a kidney removed one time. Back in the day, it was a major surgery, so we stayed at my Aunt Janet's house, and they had the air off. Janet, if you're listening, I remember that, the air was
Yes.
off.
Yeah.
And the reason is they worked at Murray. And they didn't want to go home and have the air conditioner on and then go at Murray and sweat all day. And it makes a lot of sense today. And I don't know if she remembers that or not, but it seems to be a
Well, we suffered without air conditioning last night at the house.
Did you?
Ours was out.
Oh, wow.
It decided to quit cooling,
Yes.
and so we went through the night last night without our cold air that we're used to.
That's horrible.
It's bad. But anyway, it's on the agenda to be fixed. But cars, here's what I'm going to finish this sentence.
Okay, I butted you.
Finish. No. I left it. I left it on purpose. Cars these days have too many gadgets. I tried to reverse, and it played a video of someone getting run over by a car.
And it even moved around like it was real.
And I will say that I do use my backup camera.
I didn't at first. Now I cannot back up without it.
Now I still use my mirrors. It's like I don't trust the camera. I still like to use my mirrors. In fact, and I feel like I'm pretty good at using my mirrors and backing up. I was using a trailer last night. We had to go haul a salt feeder for my cows, and
Yeah.
I had bought one or got one at a neighboring farm a few miles away. So me and Daniel and May went with us, and Shepherd went too. We all went. That's how come I had all the kids and we fed them at the store.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had the trailer on, had to do a little backing with it, and I will have to say I'm pretty good at backing up my trailer, but using the mirrors.
Yeah, I have to look behind me to back a trailer up. I have to sort of look over my shoulder. I have never been able to use my mirrors to back a trailer.
I do. I do. I can see it and adjust pretty good, and I like it now. And I will say this: the backup camera is very handy, hooking up to the ball hitch.
Oh yes, I agree with that.
Because it's got the little thing in the line. I mean, you could get right there and nail it.
So I don't know about on your car, but on my car, the backup camera like disables everything.
Yeah, it does.
So if the radio's loud, I can't get the radio to turn down or turn off
Yeah.
until I put it in drive.
Yep.
So, okay, I want to stand corrected here on my statements that I made first here. I did find the notes. So this company was forecasting actually a Great Depression for the economy in 2030 instead of a recession. They're forecasting another Great Depression in 2030.
In 2030. Well,
Yeah,
we're
which
not
is
too
about,
far away
which is
from
about the
2030.
time it happened. It happened in 1929 last time, didn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
So, and it was based on depth, demographics, debt, and deficit spending, with deficit spending being the biggest key factor. But it was $800 billion. They based their forecast on $800 billion of deficit spending per year. And then when he was asked the question, were they still thinking that was going to take the place, he said it's even faster tracked because the $800 billion deficit spending has been hitting that level every 90 days, not 40 days.
When was this written?
I went to this seminar back in May, or April maybe. I don't know if I got a date on this or not. So,
I would like to see those numbers verified. I mean, you know, people throw these numbers out all the time. You know, that we spend this much, we spend.
I mean, if you got $1 trillion or $2 trillion worth of deficit spending, you divide it by 3 or how many ever. You know.
Okay, but where do you find this information?
You can Google that, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, you can Google anything, but I mean, how do we know that these numbers are correct?
Well, I didn't double check them, but he has a business built around that. That's what they do. But his baby boomer thing was, but between the years of 2025 and 2030, baby boomers switch roles from the greatest tax-paying base to the greatest tax-consuming base.
Yeah.
So that's, wow, that's a huge shift.
Well, that 2030 is not far away.
No, we're already in 2025.
I know.
Halfway, more than halfway through. Are we halfway through? Yeah, we're halfway through.
It's remarkable to me to think about, you know, the 90s being as far back as they are.
Oh my goodness. Did you watch Happy Gilmore 2?
I have not.
All right, so one of the very first things that Happy Gilmore 2 says, they're trying to, he's doing a story leading into the movie, you know, like they do sometimes.
Right.
And it's like 30 years ago, and I'm like, 30 years ago? And
that don't seem possible.
The movie, and Happy Gilmore came out in 1996, which was about 29 and a half years ago. I'm like, oh my goodness. This seems
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, me either.
I would have never guessed that.
It's been 30 years, and I watched it when it came out. You
Yeah.
know, I didn't go back and watch it on Netflix.
And we were a full-grown man when you watched it.
Yes, I was out and about.
You were a full-grown man when you watched it.
Paying my own bills and everything, you know. Goodness. That's what I'm trying to tell my daughter. I said, at 22, I lived in an apartment in Washington, D.C. You need to go. No, she don't need to go. She can stay at home as long as she wants to, but she's got to learn how to pay for things, you know what I mean? She's got a good job, but she needs to learn how to pay. That life costs something to live.
The kids are growing up, man. Oh my gosh. Yes, we don't need to even talk about that, but anyway.
We'll be old men one day, Jeff. And
One day we'll be old men. Yeah. I got a secret for you.
What?
I think we're pretty much there.
So I drop Spencer off all the time at places. And like, is that your granddad?
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's good that your granddad can drop you off.
Yes, we're going to welcome all the grandparents here today.
Well, it's keeping us young though.
It is.
To have the young ones.
It does. I agree.
It's a little bit abnormal for someone my age to have teenagers still at home.
Oh my goodness. It tests my patience sometimes.
Does it?
Yeah, because we always have a house load of kids.
Yeah.
And whoever built our house, I know who built our house, but kudos to them. It has not fell down yet.
There you go. Good for you.
There's been times when I thought they're coming through the floor. So.
Okay, so do you like the Far Side cartoons?
I do. Gary Larson is great.
Gary Larson, the Far Side cartoons. If you're not familiar with those, you ought to be because they're just too funny. Sometimes they require a little thought.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's kind of just funny because it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay? It's funny because so here's a Viking ship. Okay?
Yeah.
And the lead Viking is up at the front with a note and he's speaking to all the Vikings on the ship. And he says, "Okay, before you go, let me read this one more time. Burn the houses, eliminate the townsfolk, destroy the crops, plunder the gold. You knuckleheads think you can handle all that?"
So some of his best ones, the funniest one I can remember is the Midvale School for the Gifted.
Oh yes.
And it's got a boy pushing on the door, and then this note on the door says pool.
Yes, that's the classic. That is the classic. School for the Gifted.
And then there's a guy in a taxi in the back seat with a snake and says, "Can you hurry up? She's dropping babies everywhere." And of course, the taxi driver's eyes are this big around, you know.
Oh my gosh!
I love.
They're great. They're great. I tell you, of course, I used to be somewhat of a Mad Magazine fan way back when.
Yeah.
And that's probably a little bit before your time.
Alfred E. Newman is not before my time.
Alfred E. Newman, but now my favorite among those was the Don Martin cartoons.
Okay.
In the Mad magazines,
Yeah.
they had a Don Martin section and the Phone Bone and all that.
Was Spy versus Spy in there?
Spy versus Spy was in that. They were some of my favorites too because you didn't have to read.
Yeah, exactly.
You just looked at the pictures on those.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyway, good stuff. One of the magazines I had, it had a depiction of a baseball game. The artwork in the Mad magazines was incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a depiction of a baseball game, and it says, "What if the baseball bases were only 10 feet apart?"
You can't trouble.
So they were just they were just killing each other because the ball was smashing them in the face and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, oh my gosh. Well, we opened up the phone lines, but nobody wants to talk to us. 766-9393 is the number. We've kind of went around the table a little bit. I don't know.
Isn't it amazing how gifts get the phone ringing? We
yes.
have no gifts on this.
We don't have any gifts today, but maybe we should do that. We'll figure out something.
Absolutely.
But new in town.
Okay.
Last time you were with me, you rumored
Okay.
that things might not be happening that we thought were happening. You got any update on that?
I don't have any update on that.
Okay.
I think I know what the rumor was. We
rumored.
Yeah, we rumored that.
You might as well rumor.
Well, I'm just saying that I've always said I will believe it when I see it, as far as a Waffle House or a Starbucks goes. Let's just put it like that.
Well, believe it. They've got pads up there.
They do.
They got pads up there, but seems like things have gone to a halt.
It looks like that.
They were really gung ho there.
So, it'd be a great place for a community garden.
A community garden.
Yeah. Yeah. And if the stuff's too high over at Kroger, just walk across the street and
That's a good
pick
idea.
your own beans.
I got a question. Speaking of community garden, the farmers market building.
Yes.
Why is it 2-story?
I have no clue. I don't know. There's lots of questions surrounding that.
That has puzzled me from the get-go. Is
there? I can't remember.
there's a
Is there
second
stairs? Is there a set of stairs?
evidently there's a set of stairs and a second floor up there.
Yeah, maybe that's where lingerie is or something.
I don't know. Honestly, I'm serious. It just seems strange to me to have a
Yeah.
farmer's market that's
Yeah.
2-story. And
maybe.
or is it going to be used? It's supposed to be a multiple use kind of building thing or something, isn't it? I don't know.
I don't know. You asked me something I can't answer, and that's a good
Well,
question.
I figured you would know.
No, I don't know that. I can find that out though.
I ran into someone you will know just the
Okay.
other day, Joyce from
Yes.
City.
Yeah, Joyce DeCapo.
Joyce DeCapo. Ran into her. Now, is she retired?
No, she still works
Is she
there.
still
I
there?
spoke to her last week.
Okay, well, we passed each other in the parking lot of one of the restaurants here in town.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, hey. So anyway, she's a nice lady.
Oh yeah, yeah. So she, when I was mayor, she ran the city.
Well, I figure that she still has a lot to do with it.
She would, she's the assistant. She was the assistant to the mayor and the council, and but she kept my calendar. And I don't know what, I think she probably did the same thing for Blake, but she would call me and say, "Where are you at?" And I'm like, "Where am I supposed to be?" She's like, "There's a team of folks waiting."
Well, you know, her and people like her in these offices really run things.
You better
and
believe
they
it.
know where things
I'm
are.
not afraid to say it. You
And
better believe it.
they know where things are. I deal with law offices, and if you want to get something done, you deal with the people that are running the office there.
Well,
Not necessarily the lawyer.
I needed a piece of information, and first person I called was Joyce, and guess who had the information? She did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to fill out. I had to fill out a Freedom of Information Act.
Did you get it, by the way?
Yes.
You got what you wanted?
Yeah.
What was it you were after?
What we're doing is, trying to do like a little payroll study.
Yeah.
Because.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have to do, in a small town like Lawrenceburg, you compete with other people who pay people. So,
Right.
So, are you competitive with other places, or are you just hiring people that's going to go somewhere else and work? And hiring
Right.
and training folks that are going somewhere else to work simply on the basis of pay.
Yeah.
So, but I was glad to see in that things have changed a lot since I've been mayor, and obviously they've had some pay wage studies done, and people are getting paid more than when I was mayor. But
a fair
I was mayor.
wage.
Yeah, I was mayor at a different time, and
was a
that's what I
different
tell
time.
people all the time. They're like, "Well, you ought to run for mayor." I'm like, you know what? It was a different time when I was mayor. Things were different. It's pre-COVID, and It seems like financial things were totally different. What the expectations of government was different. It was, and that's one of the reasons. At near the end, it seemed like the expectation from local government, especially, was people were becoming more dependent on those things, and I really don't believe in a government like that.
Well, I don't either, and I don't know if there's a remedy, but it does seem like we foster the dependence on government more than we should.
That's right. Henry David Thoreau wrote that the government who governs the best governs the least.
I agree with that.
And I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But that's why we have this deficit spending that we've been talking about.
Absolutely.
Is and I don't know how do you stop it. I mean, how do you? Because if you ever decide,
How do you stop it? You do it with an act. You do it with a simple act through Congress. It's called a balanced budget act.
a balanced budget,
They won't do it.
but they won't, because if something has to be cut that's been paid for by the government, people that receive those or benefit from it start
go
screaming.
bananas.
They start screaming.
And we've seen that through Doge.
It's all of it.
Bananas. Even though it was crazy, stupid spending.
And that's not a testimony against either side, because it's all across the board.
It didn't start yesterday.
It's all
been
across
going
the
on
board.
for years.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what do we do?
So here's what
what's
I
gonna happen
suggest.
is we're going to go broke. Is what's going
I suggest that we as taxpayers, not just me and you, but everybody, just stop paying taxes. They can't arrest everybody. You know what I mean?
You know, that would be funny.
Yeah.
It would be funny.
I mean, what does it mean to have a government of the people for the people? So right now we have a government of the people against the people. As far as taxation.
We have a
goes.
government for the government.
Government for the government.
That's
You're
exactly
right.
what we
That's probably
have.
a better way of putting it.
We have a government for the government.
Yeah.
And once people get in the government, they become for the government.
That's right.
And I hate to say it, but that's what happens.
And our Constitution is structured, and I don't care if you go to a million different classes and you're a scholar on it, at the very end of the day, our Constitution is structured that the people have the voice, period.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'll get off of that box.
Yeah. I've got some message here.
Uh-oh, somebody's texting me.
Someone was messaging me. Let's see, what did he say? If they balanced the budget, they would not have to travel to do anything. I'm not sure what that means. I guess that would cut out a lot of stuff. No
Yeah,
doubt.
well-
It'd have to.
And so we got 2 minutes. I'll
Yeah, we got just a minute.
So, back when I was mayor, I was a real big advocate for, I don't even know if this is a good word, decentralizing the location of major government entities. For instance, Perry County needs some jobs desperately.
Yeah.
Perry County, Tennessee has been at the bottom of the list for years and years.
Yeah.
Why not move the TWRA headquarters to Perry County and bring jobs there? And
Yeah.
there's no need for that to be in Nashville.
Yeah, you got a good point. Hey, I'm gonna put you on speaker. Hang on just a second, Laney.
Okay.
All right, now then, I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
Keith, I was just wondering, when you was mayor, did you have the right to sell anything that belonged to the city without putting it before everybody get a chance at it?
So,
Like lots and things?
so it's my understanding, Lanny, even when I was mayor, yes, there are a couple things that are out of the norm. So, usually you have to bid everything out unless it's considered professional services. So you don't have to bid out professional services. And at the time, you could do real estate transactions like that. But it didn't make it right. So I think that because there's been a lot of real estate change hands, the city owns a lot of real estate, Laney. In fact, some of that real estate was given to the city by the housing authority, especially a lot of it surrounding the square. Back years ago when I was mayor, we did not own the parking lots around the square. The housing authority owned those. And then it was deeded over to the city. And so the city has a lot of property, especially with this flood project that came through and the acquisitions that were done there. But Yes, the city does, if my recollection is correct, the city does have the right to sell property and buy property, but it doesn't, I don't think it makes it right. I can't remember ever doing that when I was
Looks like it
mayor.
ought to be put up and advertised that it's gonna be sold, but, you know, give everybody a chance at it, and
I agree with that.
just their buddies, I mean, somebody in the high positions, buddies.
I agree with that, Lanny, 100%,
It
100%.
don't make sense.
I agree with that.
How could that be changed by the county commissioner or what, or commissioners?
It depends on where it falls in the law, and Lanny, I apologize for not knowing, but I'll have this answer if Jeff allow me next week, next
I'd
week.
hear y'all talk about that
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah, so I'll try to dig that answer up. If it's a state regulation, then it's gonna take state, it's gonna take some at the state level. If it's in the local charter, then it's gonna take a charter change for the city of Lawrenceburg, but I don't think it's in the local charter, because I have read that up and down, and I don't remember seeing that there.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Lanny. Very good. All right, we got, well, we run over a little bit, but that's okay.
that's okay.
That's okay. Keith Durham is my guest today on Friends and Neighbors. Good Lord willing, he'll be with us some tomorrow, maybe,
Maybe, I've got some appointments.
for the Quick Mart Hour, but we'll do the Quick Mart Hour tomorrow regardless.
Yes.
And then good Lord willing, you'll be back with us next week too.
That's right.
All right, see you, buddy.
I see.
Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms